Hi STAIR students, my name is Miss Asher, and this is lesson 5 of Unit 2 in our writing journal. And this is my cat Mira, who I guess is going to be our guest teacher for today. So we have been working on writing complete sentences, and now that you have become really good at writing complete sentences, we are going to talk about writing paragraphs. So a paragraph is a group of sentences that form a complete thought. Usually paragraphs are about 5 sentences long. So let's use this chart that you'll find in lesson 5 of Unit 2 in your writing journal to talk about paragraphs. So I like to think of a paragraph as being a lot like a hamburger, because you have your opening sentence, which is like your top bun, that's the first part of your burger or your paragraph. And then you're gonna have all the meat and the ingredients in the middle, your cheese, your lettuce, your tomatoes. So that's gonna be your supporting sentences. So we've got 3 supporting sentences that we're gonna include in our paragraph. And then on the bottom down here, you've got your concluding sentence, which is like that bottom bun that really just keeps everything together in your hamburger. So what we're gonna do now is we are going to practice writing our own paragraph. So what we're going to do, now that you're familiar with the parts of a paragraph, is we're going to pick a topic that we're going to write about for writing our first paragraph. So for today's topic, you're going to write about your favorite subject in school. So this could be anything. It could be math, or reading, or writing, or art, or Spanish, or PE. Just any subject that you learn in school that you think is your favorite, and that's what we're going to write about today. So let me grab my papers. So what we're going to do is we are going to go through the steps of how to write a paragraph about our favorite subject. So because paragraphs are a little bit longer and I didn't want to bore you guys with watching me write, I went ahead and put together a paragraph that's going to talk about my favorite subject. And now I'm going to walk you through the parts of my paragraph and show you how I went from just having a topic sentence to having a completely thought out paragraph, which I'm going to show you now. So let me scoot back so you can see a little better. So my favorite subject that I chose to write about is reading. So the first sentence of my paragraph is going to be the topic, and it's just simply going to state what my favorite subject is. So it says, my favorite subject is reading. All right, so once you have thought of your topic sentence, you can go ahead and write that on the blank space that it gives you in this page in your writing journal. So you can go ahead and start planning along with me. So go ahead and write about your favorite topic. And then I'm going to show you what I did for my supporting sentence. So for my supporting sentences, I wrote S1, S2, and S3. So supporting sentence 1, supporting sentence 2, and supporting sentence 3. So when I was thinking about why is it that I love reading, why is it that that's my favorite subject, I wanted to go ahead and write that I love reading because I get to pick books that interest me. So that was one of the first things that came to my mind when I was thinking, why is it that I love reading? So I went ahead and wrote that as my first supporting sentence. So we went ahead and wrote our topic sentence, that's our top bun of our hamburger, and now we're going to get into the meat. So that first piece of meat, the first piece of content in our burger after we have our top bun is going to be that first supporting sentence that just says, I love reading because I get to pick books that interest me. And then I need to add a couple more details, a couple more ingredients to my burger before we're ready to put that bottom bun, the ending conclusion piece to it. So we need some more supporting sentences. So I was thinking, what are some other things that I really love about reading? What are some more details that I can write about this topic inside of my paragraph? So for my next supporting sentence, I wrote another reason that I like reading. So I wrote that reading is fun because I get to learn about new topics like polar bears and thunderstorms. So I went ahead and gave you some more details about reasons that I love to read. And so that's another piece of meat or another piece of cheese or tomato or whatever you like in your burger that's going to give it that juicy details that we like to give our reader a lot of good information about our topic. So now it's time for our third sentence, or our third piece of supporting detail. So this is actually our fourth sentence, but it's our third supporting sentence. So we need one more piece of meat or piece of cheese in our burger to give it that juicy filling before we go ahead and close out our paragraph. So I decided to elaborate on one more thing that I like about reading. So I wrote, when we read at school, we get to read books with our friends. So that's another detail about why I love to read. So I went ahead and made that my third supporting sentence in my paragraph. So now that I have written 3 supporting sentences, we are ready to get to the conclusion sentence, which is that bottom bun that's really going to close out our paragraph and make it a full, complete, nice, juicy burger like you'll see on this page in your writing journal. So this bottom sentence, the point of it is really just to wrap up the point of the whole paragraph. You're going to go back to your topic sentence and make sure that your conclusion sentence is just going to reiterate or re-explain that first point, and so you make sure you tie it all together so that you have a complete paragraph that makes sense. So for my final sentence, I wanted to really summarize what I had said above and remind the reader what I'm talking about so that everything makes sense and it's all logical. So I wrote that these are the reasons why reading is the best subject. And there you go, that is my paragraph. And now that I've taken you through all the parts, I'm gonna read it all together as a full paragraph. And so that'll show you how you go from making your brainstorming phase where you're just writing a draft where you have everything separated by topic and supporting details, and then your conclusion into making it a full paragraph so that it all runs together into a final version. So let me go ahead and read it from the beginning to the end. So again, I called this my favorite subject because that is what we're writing about today, is our favorite subject. So mine says, my favorite subject is reading. I love reading because I get to pick books that interest me. Reading is fun because I get to learn about new topics like polar bears and thunderstorms. When we read at school, we get to read books with our friends. Those are the reasons why reading is the best subject. All right, so I hope that you guys got some good ideas about writing paragraphs when you saw me go from brainstorming and writing a draft of a topic and 3 supporting details and a closing sentence, and then smushing it all together into one hamburger to make your paragraph. So now that you know how to write a paragraph, you are going to go ahead and write your own, and you're going to use the outline that's on this page in your writing journal. Again, this is lesson 5 of Unit 2. And so you're going to go ahead and fill in that outline, and then once you write the outline, you are going to put all those sentences together into your final draft and write it all as one full paragraph. And so this is called publishing. When you take a draft and you make it into a final copy, you are publishing your work. And so that'll be your final draft, and you will have written an entire paragraph all by yourself. So I hope that you guys really enjoy doing this activity, and I hope that you feel proud of yourselves once you've written your paragraphs, because that's a big deal. You will have written an entire complete paragraph with 5 sentences. So I'll say it again. Remember that we have our topic sentence that's going to tell you what the paragraph's going to be about, because remember that a paragraph is going to be about one idea. So we're going to have our topic sentence and then 3 supporting sentences that are the meat and the juicy details of our paragraph. So we've got our cheese and our tomato and our meat and our lettuce. Those are all the things that are in the middle that make it good and juicy. So we're going to add all those details, and then we're going to close it out with our concluding sentence, which is that bottom bun that's just going to wrap everything up and make it all tie together really nicely to remind our reader what it is that they're reading about. And once you do all of those things, you will have written an entire paragraph all by yourself. So you can give yourself a pat on the back, because that is a really big accomplishment. And I hope you guys enjoy this activity, and I'll see you next week. Bye, STAIR students.